we go. The microphone is on. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board today. It is Saturday, July the 9th. And I'm assuming it's July the 9th in most places. Possibly the 10th in a couple of them. And depends on where you are. But welcome, everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board today. And before we get going, what's on the screen is Cumbre Vieja volcano in La Palma in the Canary Islands. And that was day 5, which was September 23rd is the day that happened last year. And that is what we were peeking at while we were waiting for the show. So that is not a bad thing, and I know people get excited when they see that. Some people go, "Oh, is it going again?" I wish. Well, in a way, I wish. Just don't want anyone getting hurt or anything like that. But anyway, that's what we've got. So there we go. Anyhow, welcome everyone. First off, welcome to the moderators. Arizona Snowman is in the house, and a 24/7 alive. Yeah, what is it? Boy, Gary's in the channel. Oh man, yeah, I think it's 24/7 live AZ Skies or something like that. We can always confirm that just by typing in AZ or AZ, depending on where you are from. But anyway, that's the moderators that are in right now. We do have Piggy, but don't feel so lonely. You're in good hands. Piggy is at the airport getting her friends, and I don't know if she'll be on or not. Not sure where Lucas Snow is, or Joseph Fields Official, possibly hiding somewhere or busy. They do that, so that is okay, and that's all right. Let's see, I'm just trying to kind of keep up with the chat here and looking at stuff. Okay, welcome aboard, DrFox2000. The guy who will be training me at my new job isn't working today, so I actually have time for the show today. Oh, excellent, Mars, and that is awesome. And we see other people popping in. Bob will be here soon, too. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Thanks, Gary, and yeah, I did get it right. 24/7 live AZ Skies. And I always have trouble with that. It's a good thing I put the link in there, you know. Anyway, that's all good. So, yeah, moderators are moderating, so we don't need to worry. And we've got very good moderators. And, of course, just a reminder, Piggy will be away tomorrow. I think it is tomorrow. Yeah, on the 10th. She'll be over hunting turkeys, or in Turkey, sorry. Hey, Len is here. Privet, Kaktala. Oh, never mind. Speak English. Sorry, I had to chuckle at that one. Okay, gonna say hi to everyone here. First off, first person in today is Juliet. So Juliet gets the cookies, and let's give her some cookies there. So there we go. Juliet got her cookies, and she's all happy. And we're looking at a bunch of stuff today. Actually, today is, from last night to today, really not a heck of a lot happened. So hopefully we'll figure out if we can get through the show here with showing some interesting stuff. I really don't have anything packed in here, but we'll see how time goes. Anyway, while we're looking at this screen, one of the things that I noticed happening in here, and it's not so much right now, but if you hang on, I gotta get my other screen on here. Oh, where's my mouse? All right, in that area, when you're watching some of that tephra hitting, every once in a while you can see sparks flying up. And what's happening is that tephra is literally hitting the other material that's there, whether it's rocks or tephra or whatever, and it's exploding. And that's more or less what it's doing. So that is what we're doing there. So that's kind of it. That's why I was playing this. It was kind of neat to see. Anyway, that was Cumbre Vieja, of course, from day 5 of the original eruption last year. A long time ago now already, and I wish we had a volcano like that we could be looking at today. That would be really awesome. Anyway, welcome, yeah, a tephra the size of Teslas. You bet. And sometimes Mars, actually on this one I don't think we've seen anything that large, but on some of them, and Etna was a good one for that. I was throwing out some pretty big stuff. I know we've seen some really big floating chunks, and oh, let's get past this here. We were just looking at maps or something. Oh, come on. Go quick. I should go 10 seconds at a time. That'll work faster. There we go. All right, back to our volcano. And yeah, and some of the ones, like when we were watching Ragnar, some of those chunks that were floating down the hill were the size of apartment buildings, you know, 3-story walk-up buildings and stuff. Irish monk says, I did not break a goat. It was miss what? Miscalculation? A miscalculation? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you on to the second bottle yet, Irish? Just a quick question. No worries. Anyway, welcome. And I typed in a goat. Okay. Okay. All right. This is going to be interesting. Anyway, welcome everyone. I'm going to say hi to all of you, and we'll start out with BMAT. Welcome back, William. Sue Hayes is here, and Henry Nelson, of course. And Irish Monk is here and doing well. Yvonne Kunkel, welcome, and enjoy your last night in Sicily for a while. And just think, you have thunderstorms to look forward to when you go to La Palma. No, I'm not going to wish that for you. I hope you have a wonderful time once you get out to La Palma. Get home, relax a little bit, and do your thing. Also, welcome to Aurelio Perez and Joss Dean. Did I say Henry Nelson? Trojan Pony is also here. Sharon Stewart, I can hear you. Cookies, congrats, Juliet. Yep. And Mars 2028 got the day off. Yay. Going up a little bit more. Sasha is in the house. And we got BMAT, we got Juliet, going up here to see who else. Hey, Len is here from Russia. At least his name is in Russian. I'm not sure if he's in Russia. But let's see, who else is in here? James Bong, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board again. Going up some more, Kevin Haynes, welcome. We got Trojan Pony going up some more. We got Sasha. We got Sue Hayes, I think. And let's see. Who else I got in here today? I know there wasn't that many people in here, so wouldn't be surprising if I've got just about everybody already. Sharon Stewart, we got. Yep. Aurelio, we got. BMAT, we got. going up a little bit more, looking, and I don't know. I think I've got everyone. Looking at the list fairly quickly here, though. And when things are flying by, it's easy to miss somebody, and hopefully we didn't. Colin Deadman, King Colin Deadman. I didn't mention your name yet. Welcome, Your Royal Highness, and glad you're on board. Let's see. Anyone else? Tetra. Welcome, Tetra. I hope you're having a nice nap. Going up some more. One Fish 26 is in the house, as well as a Vegas Woman 702. Welcome back. Going up a little bit more, seeing who else we missed. Phyllis is there. Phyllis Johnson, possibly lurking, and welcome. Glad to have you in here. And going up a little bit more, and looking, I don't see any other wonderful names here that I haven't mentioned before, and I am up almost. Yeah, there we go. Frank Jackson also here. So I think that's about it name wise. So hopefully I've got all of you that are here. Oh, Sherry is here as well. Welcome, Sherry. Didn't see your name, but welcome anyway. Everybody's saying hi to you. I gotta assume that you're here somewhere. There you are. I see you now. Okay. So that's cool. So anyway, glad to have everyone here, and I'll leave the old canned lava alone. We're gonna park that for a minute, and we will go over to Sicily, and hopefully the camera is still working there. Things were a bit weird there earlier. Things were going on and off, and I hate when that happens. Anyway, I'm going to try something. We should be able to go back a couple of hours on this one, and I'm hoping that it will do that for us. No, it won't. Darn it. It goes back 2 minutes. Well, that's no fun. Okay, well, I guess we can't see what it looked like earlier there today. We're basically out of luck, and I'm not going to worry about it. It wasn't doing a heck of a lot anyway. We've seen it before. It's the same as what we've had going on. A little quieter today, though. Unfortunately, right now we don't see any of the other ones. Even if we let that play, that's kind of what it was looking like. And oh, that one's offline, so that's not going to work. Here's one of the other ones, very dark. We only see a little bit in this one, and of course there's the other page. I can probably try to find one of the other ones later, but it's not going to be any use. It's quiet there, what, it was bright, yep, it was, but it's not bright now, and that's the whole thing. It's pretty quiet right now. Unless Yvonne knows something that I don't. Is the eruption imminent for tomorrow afternoon, Yvonne? Just curious. Layla, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And that's what I figure is Yvonne is going to go home, and then Etna will erupt, right? And with fury at that. That's kind of the way it works. Anyway, hopefully it's not going to do that. Oh, and you know, I'm not in a hurry to go over to Iceland because we can't see Iceland, and there's a view of Reykjavik. We do have that view, and all the muscles, eh? That is it. Let's see if we can see our volcano. No, just as I thought. And it doesn't matter where we check. I did look through and try to see if we had any visibility anywhere along the way. and there is just no place that the clouds let up. So it's been like that for the last 12 hours at least, and we don't get to see a darn thing. So unfortunate, but that is the way it is. Let's see what we got here. What's this look like? No. Yeah, this is the other. Oh, at 3:18 a.m. That's what it looked like for Nothaggy Valley, and at least you can see that. So that is kind of the foggy mess that you've seen there at 3:18 a.m. and it was socked in since. So unfortunately, we don't get to see a heck of a lot in Iceland today, and it is what it is. I can't fix that or change it, and we will live with it. So best we can do is looking at the city of Reykjavik, and of course enjoying the sights there. By the way, for those who remember that church, when I did the little driving tour, that's that church, that big church right there, when we were driving around. And then, of course, the place that the camera is mounted on here is the Perlin. And Perlin is, I'm still not sure what they got in there, some kind of displays or whatever. Never did go inside there. But the area around here that you see, this is bunny land, and there's rabbits in there. All right. Anyway, I thought I'd throw that in, a little humor. All right. Since we did see an Icelandic bunny, and that was kind of nice to see. Anyway, let's have a look at the harmonic tremor chart and rabbit seeds. Yep. And again, the harmonic tremor chart isn't really anything super special today either. I'm going to refresh, and we'll have a look. Oh, a brand new spike on the end here, which I didn't see before, so something may have happened. But as you see, yesterday we had that continuance of the downward fall, and then it did come up a little bit, and of course drop back off. So we do see some small lines in here indicating some little quakes, and then this guy here, of course, and a second one right beside it from about here. So we do have a couple quakes there that may show up in the area. We'll have a look at that, and we'll kind of make a note. That one is about 4 dots over, and we'll see where it ends up, or if it's even visible in the Grindavik one, and we'll have a quick peek here and see. There is a Grindavik, and yep, you do see that one right there, and kind of hard to see how high it went, but not too high, and it's telling us it's probably somewhere in between it. Anyway, it went up and went back down, so same kind of scenario here, and I think it's the whole area is kind of basically the same thing right now, where that magma is fairly deep, and if there is any pressure on it, it's certainly not doing as much as it should for us to be able to cause an eruption. So pretty cool. Hey, Oz is in here. Welcome, Oz. I'm glad to have you on board, and nice to see you. Okay, I'm going to bed now. Thanks for another great stream. I barely got started, Yvonne. Get some sleep, Yvonne. Before you go, what time are you leaving Italy tomorrow, or Sicily? And when do you expect to be back home? I'm just curious. That's kind of I was wondering when you were going to go, but that'd be cool. All right, Yvonne, take care and have yourself a good night, and rest well, and travel safely tomorrow when you head back to Germany from Sicily, and that'll be cool. I like travel. And Adele, welcome. Glad to have you back on board. Back from holiday in Corfu. What's been happening? Well, Adele, other than the pink elephant stampedes, not a heck of a lot. It's been fairly quiet, and we had a couple weird situations where we thought, hey, maybe we're going to have an eruption, but no. And actually, if you take a look on the 7th, this was when we were looking at it, watching that chart go up and thinking, oh yeah, it's going to go, but no such luck. And that is what we've seen there, and then it just boom back down to the basement. 12:55 in Sicily and 17:15 in Germany. Okay, cool. So that'll be like 5:15, and that's not bad. Okay, excellent stuff, and all good. On the 11th, well, yeah, I guess 11th. Okay, it's the 9th. It'd be the 10th. Oh, okay. You're losing me, but all right. Hopefully, you'll be okay. Anyway, travel safely, Yvonne, and we'll talk to you when you get back. All right, let's have a look at the earthquakes and see what we've got going on there. And of course, with new ones popping up, it's going to be interesting to see what is actually happening. And let me get over there. There it is. Things moved again on me. I had to reboot, you guys, so bear with it. Pink elephants were strolling. Yep, definitely. The pink elephants are a wonderful thing. I love seeing herds and herds of those. But anyway, there we are looking at today's earthquake map. And a lot of different spots, but nothing very big. Gonna check up top here. Don't see anything way out. I'm gonna zoom in to these. A lot of these will probably be from yesterday, and we'll see what we've got here. We'll start out with this 1.7, and that was 6.6 kilometers down, definitely from today at 45 minutes after midnight at a depth of 6.6 kilometers. This 1.3 today as well, 57 minutes after midnight, 4.7 kilometers down for a magnitude 1.3. And we'll zoom out a little bit and take a look at this 1.0. That might have been yesterday's, I don't know. Yep, it is yesterday's, 1621, 10.3 kilometers down. Again, a magnitude 1.0. Yeah, was it this area? No, it wasn't this area. It was over here, I think, where they had the long, skinny islands. Anyway, just Icelandic did a wonderful one. I think it's this little place here. He did some drone flights from here. Yeah, it is. And this is kind of a bridge over here. He did some drone flights around here, showing the islands in the middle and stuff like that. And because of this being so long in here, they ended up getting a tsunami or tidal wave in here, and they got hit way back when, but not sure exactly when that was. It was interesting though, but just Icelandic if you want to go watch it. Some interesting stuff. The guy has some really good videos. Anyway, this one here from yesterday, 1736 was the time, 1.0, 6.3 kilometers down, nothing major there, and we'll slide down a little bit more, look for any spots over here at Astja. We don't see anything lighting up at Astja. We don't see anything at Bardabunga or Grimsvatn on this chart. Sliding down a bit more. We do see a couple down here at Katla, and they look not that big, but we'll have a look at them and see what we've got from today, 5:50 a.m., 1.1 kilometers down, so likely still in the ice, depending on how thick that ice is right there, and that is 1.5 in magnitude. The other one here, 1.3 in magnitude, and that one is 1.1 kilometers down, 6:05 a.m. as well. So kind of both at the same time frame, and that doesn't surprise me. One will shake the other one, or some event caused both. And let's see what we've got here. 1.5. And this guy is, come on, you can do it. And that was from 1:04 a.m., 7 kilometers down for that guy, 1.5 in magnitude. And not a surprise to see that there. We've had quite a few quakes in that area, so it's interesting. Anyway, for those who are new, this, of course, is the Reykjanes Peninsula, and of course capital city Reykjavik. And if we go over here, there's the Keflavik Airport, Keflavik, Yardvik, Reykjanesbær, and then when we slide over here, we see the Blue Lagoon, the power plant, and the town of Grindavik, just so you have a little bit of a lay of the land. So let's zoom in on some stuff here, and over by the lake we see a couple, and this one is from 1305, so very fresh, and it was a 1.9 in magnitude, 5.4 kilometers down. This guy right here, 1.3 magnitude, 6.6 kilometers down from 1311 today. So a couple quakes there, and about 6 kilometers down. And then we see a 1 on here according to this. And by the way, Ragnar sits right here. Okay, so that is where Ragnar is. And that line of fissures would be going out just about straight out here. This 1.2 is right in line pretty much with that. Anyway, 21 minutes after midnight, 10 kilometers down, and 1.2 in magnitude. The depth, though, is the thing that is kind of, I guess, really important here. That's a long ways down. 10 kilometers down in that area would basically say, no, you just got something underneath. You're not going to get any eruptions out of that. If they are on the surface, that's when you start paying attention. Anyway, looking at the rest of it, Reykjanes Ridge all the way out here in the water, not seeing anything at all as far as quakes on this particular map. I'm going to pop over to the other one real quick. We do have a few other spots on there in comparison to what we have on the other map, and reason is these are the smaller quakes that they show as well on here. We do have near Astja, this is Astja here, so near Astja we've got this 0.7, 4.9 kilometers down from today at 1921, and then we've got this 0.5, 9:23 a.m., 5.2 kilometers down on that guy. That 0.2, 1315, 5.2 kilometers down, and then they've got a couple more 0.7s, 6.1 kilometer down from 12 noon, and from 10:49, and that is 4.2 kilometers down. So we do have a little bit of traffic underneath there. Something is loose and shaking, and it is not very far away from Astja. Bardabunga area did have a very, very small one, and 0.12, and that may be in the ice yet, 1.59 kilometers down. That's actually from yesterday at 22:30. And then we had another 0.7 over here, 7 kilometers down from 1718 today. So very small quakes. Not going to go over all of them, but those are there. So that is interesting. And let's zoom in a little bit. We do have a whole bunch of the little ones at Ketla, and I'm surprised that they didn't show all of those on the other one. There's some that are definitely over 1, and I'm surprised they didn't have them on the other one. Anyway, 1343 for this guy, 5.2 kilometers down, 1.5 magnitude. And let's see, this is a 1.7 in magnitude, 1254, and that is a 1.3 kilometers down. A little bit interesting for that 1.7. 1.3 here, 5.2 kilometers down from 8:23 a.m. This 1.1 is 1556 and 5.2 kilometers down. And I think this one we got on the other map, 5.2 clicks down, 1407 on that 1.1. And then we have a 1.3. Yeah, we got extras here that they didn't see. 1205, 1.3, 1.1 kilometers down. There's another one, 11:50 a.m. Same size, same distance down. And this one here, 1019. 1.3 in magnitude and 4.9 kilometers down. So we are showing some extra traffic underneath there, and it's important to keep that in mind. Where's Hekla? Hekla has got to be very close here. Hekla is here. No, that's Hela. Hekla's got to be either here or here. There's Hekla. And these are in the other area there where we have the fields. I'm surprised we're seeing a bunch there. 1834 and 1.1, 5.2 kilometers down. And again, 5.2 kilometers. That's a very common number as of late. And it's interesting to see that. Anyway, there are those other little quakes that we are talking about, right in line, kind of, sort of, with our fracture that we had here, and or the fissure, I should say. Anyway, that 1.2 was 6:21 a.m. and 9.9 kilometers down. We also had those ones here yesterday, 2119, 0.48. 7.1 kilometers down. This 0.28 from today, 1:54 a.m. 0.28, and that is 5.6 kilometers down. Then we also have at 0.49, 5.7 kilometers down, 3:26 a.m. So looking at the depths again, that makes you wonder, so what's going on? Why are they down at those depths? This one's even deeper, 11.9 kilometers down, 4:22 a.m., 0.61 the magnitude. Grandma B, thank you very kindly and welcome. I appreciate that. Grandma B. I'm just trying to get my pen to write. Grandma B. There we go. And thank you kindly for that wonderful $2 super chat. That is awesome, and really do appreciate it. And hey, you, yeah, I see you. Welcome. I all watching on my Kindle while I air fry wings. Cannot remember my login, so I'm only listening on the Kindle for now. Can't chat. And yes, one of those days. All right. Yep, you'll catch on, and obviously it's gonna work. Anyway, so we do have a little bit happening there in our valley that we are so interested in. We do still have some smaller ones around Grindavik as well. I'm going to take just a real quick look here before the break. This one from yesterday, 2156.43, 5.3 kilometers down. This is a 0.13, also from yesterday at 2350, 5.1 kilometers down. This guy, 1.8. What did I say the other one was? 5.1 kilometers, yeah. And this one here is 1.89, so about 1.9 kilometers down for 0.06. 2250 was the time on that. This other one, 2.4 kilometers down, 0.1 at 12:05 today. And then we have this one here from 6:15 a.m., 0.16. And that one is shallow, 135 meters down. And then we have this guy here, 2.49, or just about 2.5 kilometers down for the 0.11. And that is at 6:43 a.m. And that's kind of what we're seeing on the other map. So that kind of gives us a general overview anyway of what it is. It's official, Grandma B has wings. She was flying in and she's got wings. She just flew in to let us know, and now she's flying back out. She's got wings, of course. Anyway, let's see what we can do here to get you guys a little bit more of a lively view, and hopefully we can find something that's going to run for a few minutes. And let's see, there we get you over to the lava. And of course, since we are exploring it today, it is Cumbre Vieja from, what did I say the date was? September 23rd of last year. And that was day 5 of the eruption. So pretty awesome, pretty cool. Anyway, for those people who have not yet hit that like button, please go ahead and hit that like button and help us out. It's the most economical and easiest way to help the stream out. Hey, Anna Wallner, welcome. Glad to have you on board, Anna. Okay, getting through this. If you have not yet subscribed, please do consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. And on that friendly note, I am going to go take a break for about 5 minutes. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I will be back. So keep smiling and watch the lava sparks. I'll be back. And there we go. I got the microphone back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you guys on board. And I see a few more people popped in. Of course, just before the break, Anna Wallner popped in. So welcome, Anna. Glad to have you here. And let's see. Sasha's here. Let's see. Who else? Spooky made it in. Welcome, Spooky. And I see Barter Bear. Pay no attention to Irish Monk. He has been drunk since midday. Okay, midday. Ooh, monsters. Okay, anyway, midday, I don't know, is that when I started talking to him? He is sitting outside, talks with goats. Yeah, he mentioned that. He was talking to the goats. I guess he left the sheep alone today. The goats were definitely on his agenda, though, so pretty cool. Anyway, that is all good, and really nice to just enjoy the day. Okay, in case of TMB, too much beer. He's not drinking beer apparently. He found some kind of old vino bottles there. I don't know what they call it. Over here we call it Strawberry Patch. It's I think about 99 cents a bottle. It's cheaper than anything that you can get anywhere as far as drinks are concerned. It's even cheaper than water. But it's called Strawberry Patch, and I know it's a fine wine. I'm sure that the Irish have their counterpart to that one as well, and I hope that's not what he's drinking. But you never know. Oh, hopefully he hasn't consumed too much. Yeah, 99 cents. Yeah, the deposit on the bottle is more than that. Yep, Strawberry Patch. I think it's like $2.99 now or something like that, but it's still very inexpensive when you get right down to a bottle of wine of any type. Anyway, I don't drink, so I can laugh at all of it. What? Ripple or Thunderbird? Are there two different ones? Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway, we're gonna stop this volcano midstream, and we'll leave it there, and we'll go zipping around the world and see what else we can locate. Since it's Saturday, we can actually see the Azores. And of course, we are on Sao George, or if you're speaking Spanish, Sao Jorge, I do believe is the right pronunciation. Anyway, what we see here is one of the harbors, and that is the island across there. That is Pico Island. We are on Sao George here, and there's also Mount Montana. It's over there somewhere behind the clouds. I think I do have that picture just for those who need it, and that's where it is. Yeah, it'd be right in here somewhere, and that is pretty cool. But we don't see it. Let's carry on. We'll look at the other shots here. There's a good shot of that little cove that I always talk about, and watching that white water come in, and that's a good indicator to let us know how rough the ocean is, and whether or not you should be out in a little boat or not. And by the looks of the white caps there, I would stay off of it if you only have a little vessel of some sort, and that would be kind of I guess self-serving, but saving yourself. Anyway, moving on, here's another a harbor, and we see a slightly different view. No boats there, just the one on the side here, and that's all okay. I don't think they've got their stream working. No, so I'm not going to bother with that. Make sure that it is current picture. It is, and that is what we're looking at. So looks not bad. And let's pop over and have a look at the earthquakes on St. George. And looking at the list, today is the 9th, and 888. So last 24 hours, no earthquakes, you guys, and that is kind of disappointing. And we'll go to the other map. I'm going to refresh it, and we will see what happened here. There it is. Yeah, oh, I see what happened. There's no quakes. That's what it is. So there it is. The map is clear. The Azores in the last 24 hours had 0 quakes. So I got a sneaky hunch that a volcano that they said was going to happen here is going to be put back to a green status fairly shortly, without any earthquake activity. I'm sure it'll be a couple of more days before they do that, but that's what's going to happen. The uplift was on this side here, and we never did see too much more happening with the uplift, and a majority of the quakes were in this area. So it is right on a rift, and you know, fissure underneath there. So I'm sure that it will go in the future sometime, but that is kind of the way it is. Just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea here, I wanted to get the whiteboard working here for a second, since we don't have anything. Anyway, get on this one, and there's your mid-Atlantic ridge going this way, and of course you can kind of go like this. There is multiple fissures in here, and if we zoom in, there's other ones going right through, and then there's, I think, another one in here, small one, something like that. And anyway, so this is the European plate over here, and this is the African plate, and this is the North American plate. And that is where they meet up and kind of divide. This actually can be pulled right through like that. So that's kind of the junction, and that's where the Azores sit. So it's pretty cool, and I'm surprised they don't get more rumblings and more volcanoes and more earthquakes than they do, especially over on this side here, you know, where the islands are. Like, really, all these little fissures, you'd think they pop open and closed, and it's all pretty wild. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of what we've got there. I'll clear that off if I can get my mouse on the right spot to clear it. Yep, there we go. And then we'll get back over and carry on to our next volcano. So Azores, everything is quiet. And there we go, over to Popocatépetl, and that is showing up today. So that is nice. I just gotta find it on mine. There we go. Look at the one with all the clouds. That's what we're seeing. Depending on where we were earlier in the day, it had some pretty funky clouds. So let's back up a little bit, and we're going to look at this. This was, and it's really a nice shot. This is at about 6:30 this morning, and that was actually a very clean looking shot of Popocatépetl, and the nice plume coming out of it. And I thought, yeah, you know, picturesque. Worthy of having a picture of it, and that is nice. Now, it did develop some lenticular clouds a little while later, as we move on in time a bit. there you go. You can start seeing it starting to develop right there. And I thought that was just absolutely beautiful looking. And as time progressed, that cloud tried to develop more and more. It got bigger, the ring got bigger, and it kind of sat there. And this is from one of the views. So we do have the other views as well, and I'm going to go to them. And of course, this one is that closer up view. And if we go back to the morning time, unfortunately, because it is too close, we don't see anything really early there. Let's see where we're at here. There's that lenticular cloud at 8 a.m. And that is pretty awesome looking. And to see that, the way it wraps around, and that is pretty cool. So later on, it got a little bigger and created a whole shelf, if you will. And as we move along, it started stacking it up, making it look like a spaceship sitting on top. So that is pretty cool. And of course, then later, you had the other clouds move in and kind of wrecked it there. And then we had more cloud wreckers come in. And anyway, that looked pretty awesome. I just thought it was nice to share that with you guys. I wanted to see what it looked like here. It did show it on this view as well, and that is not so bad. There you see it from a slightly different angle, and that is still kind of neat looking, and I think it was awesome. This is about, what is it, 8:50 a.m., about 6.5 hours ago, 6 hours 50 minutes ago roughly, and that's what we've seen. So pretty cool, you guys, and we do like that. Yeah, okay, yeah, nice. All right, and present, of course, if we go back to live, this is what we're seeing now. And of course, this one, the thing I wanted to mention here, it was producing a lot of steam and off-gassing. Not sure if it kept on going, but it did look like it. So that is a little bit later, and then later it went into the clouds, so we couldn't see anymore. And then I'm going to put it back to live, and that's what we've got. So live on that one, we'll go live on this one, and yep, socked in. All right, so that's it for Popocatépetl. It is still there, still doing its thing. I did not see any lights coming out of it during the night. And we'll go to the other one here, and this is El Volcán de Colima, or Fuego de Colima. And this one, of course, is south of Guadalajara, Mexico. And there it is there. You can definitely see it today. That is a few hours ago, of course, and that's about 8 hours ago. Otherwise, we won't see it, I don't think. Yeah, we'll go about 5 hours ago. Still visible. You do see a little bit of off-gassing from the top of the crater, and not a heck of a lot, though. But there is some activity there. And then about 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago, you basically couldn't see it anymore because it's in the clouds again. So that's kind of what we've got. Speaking of fuegos, let's go to the other fuego. And unfortunately, the DVR function is not working. And I did not find any point in time that I was checking it that it was actually visible. This is the screen I've had all morning, so or all day, and nothing I can do with it. I'll leave that alone. And of course, that is Fuego in Guatemala. not to be confused with the Guadalajara one in Mexico. So two different countries, two different volcanoes. Moving on, Talika is still not showing us a darn thing. Same old picture, and not a bad picture here of Mombo Tumbo, and that is in Nicaragua. That is from today at 1450. You can see the volcano looks very sturdy as far as the cone. You know, this is the iconic shape of a volcano that you would expect to see, right? And then the smoke coming out of the top of it, out of that round cylindrical style hole at the top, and definitely what everybody would imagine as a volcano. So that is what we're seeing there, and that actually looks not bad, and I'm happy we got the whole picture today for a change. And we'll carry on. One more in Nicaragua, and that one, of course, is Masaya, and that too is very visible today, which is really, really nice. And that picture was from 2:50 p.m. their time. So in other words, it's very, very recent, pretty much live. Okay, so that's what we see. There's the caldera. Looks very bright there. We do see a bunch of off-gassing, and pretty awesome to see that. So that is it for in there. Hey, Piggy is back. Welcome, and glad to have you on board, Piggy. And we are going back here to the other view of Popocatépetl, and I'm going to pop over to our next volcano, and that is Merapi in Indonesia, and that they are still in the dark here, so obviously we are only going to see dark scenes, and I clicked the wrong one here, darn it. I'll have to kill that. Okay, I hate when I do that. It happens, but let's see, where am I here? I need to be on this one. Going back, they did have to restart that stream not too long ago, so we didn't get a heck of a lot of forewarning here as to where everything is, but we do see this is one of the spots where it did erupt a little bit. You could see a little bit of bacon come down the hill, and it is being lit up by moonlight up top here, by the way. That is why the color is so nice right now. So that's what was happening there. A little extra moonlight on the situation, and that Twinkie hugs. Oh no, Twinkies. All right. Anyway, more lava coming out of there on that shot. So a little bit more anyway, from what I understood. And there you can see a little bit more bacon flowing, and definitely coming out. And of course, the other view here, the IR cam, really lights it up, so anything that is hot will really show a signature, and that's what we're seeing. But it's always nice to see the true color picture at night, and I'm glad that the moon is helping light it up a little bit, and that is awesome. So okay, trying to keep up with a bunch of different things here. So that is about the best fresh lava that we can find right now, unfortunately. I really wish we could have other stuff going in other places, and it would be really cool, but that's it. Sneaking over to New Zealand real quick, and that is what New Zealand is looking like right now. 8:56 a.m. and they have a nasty cloudy day, and just like what they had previously here. Let's see if we see anything at all. No, that's the sun is coming up, and had some rain there, some raindrops on the the camera lens, and that looks pretty funky. Oh, hang on. Why am I doing that? I need to do that. There we go. Okay, there. Now you can see the funky raindrops, and that is pretty cool. 3-minute warning. All right, got it. Anyway, that's what it's looking like there in New Zealand right now. They've got some weather coming in, and we'll throw this back over here and put that one back on live. And that is what the present situation is like at Merapi. And we will pop over to our next one here, and that should be the one that is very out of focus, Semeru. And Semeru 2 had to be restarted, and it unfortunately was out of focus pretty much for the entire duration that I've seen it. And I don't know, we're just not batting 100 today as far as visibility or anything. I didn't see anything come out of it. This is at 1:34 a.m. We do see there is fire in there, definitely hot lava or magma sitting up in the cone, but we're not seeing anything flowing out. So steady as she goes, and hopefully we'll see some of that pop out. I'm going to put it back on live here, and unfortunately in the live mode it's very, very blurry, and not my fault, but that's the way it is. I see that it is time for a break, so I'm going to see if I can put this back on our lava stuff here. I just want to make sure we have enough lava stuff for the break. All right, that will work, and we'll put that back on. I'll let it play. Of course, that is Cumbre Vieja volcano and La Palma, Canary Islands, back from the 5th day of the eruptions, or September 26th of last year. Anyway, for those good people who have popped in here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please help us out. It's the most economical way to help out the channel, and it is the easiest. So please do hit that like button, and that really does help out the YouTube analytics. Also, if you are not a subscriber and you are enjoying what you're seeing, by all means hit that subscribe button if you feel we've earned it, and don't forget to hit the bell notification while you're there. After the break, we will be showing bacon seeds, so please hang around for that, and then we will get into other wonderful things. And I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. No, Grandma B, bacon seeds are coming up after the break. I didn't miss them. No, you didn't. After the breaks, you'll get the bacon seeds. So all good. And I'm going on that break. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. I'll be back. welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have you on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, located here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And you are watching VolcanoX live stream. And I see we are going to turn on the subscriber only mode. We just seen that, so I am doing that. For those wonderful people who have not hit the subscribe button, I have turned on a subscriber mode. If you wish to chat, you can subscribe now. It will take 5 minutes before you can actually chat in the chat, and that is because we had that spam come in here, and we don't want those. They of course are, you know, adult sex sites is basically what they are, and we're not interested in having that in a volcano stream. Thank you for reporting it. The more that do, the faster everything will end up getting rid of those guys. They'll figure out how to get them off of there. I noticed in the last couple days they weren't as intense anymore, and I think YouTube is tracking down on them, trying to eradicate them from the system. I got some choreography for the boogie now. Oh, okay, King Colin, glad you got that worked out. Pretty awesome. Anyway, it is bacon seed time, you guys, so I'm going to stop our volcano midstream here, since I have that power. It just blows me away. Let's get over and have a look at our wonderful bacon seeds for today. Anyway, this smiley fella was our last one for yesterday, so I just needed a place to continue from, and that is excellent. I like him. He kind of looks like he's possibly a smirky little brat. He's smiling and being happy, so he looks like a happy piggy. Anyway, we'll get into today's bacon seeds, and we'll start out with put another log on the fire. Cook me up some bacon, please. And these guys are way too young to be cooking, and we do like them though. All four of them very pretty, and I like that. Little guys. These are just little guys. Very young little bacon seeds. Okay, next bacon seed. Yeah, there's sun tanning. The pink ones really need to have some, I think all of them need to have some sunblock on if they're going to do that. A little bit of sun is alright at the beginning. Anyway, we'll get to our next one. These little rompers here are out in their cage, and look how little that wee one is. My God, that is just tiny, absolutely tiny. And okay, what? On the mummy milk little guys, yeah, yeah, pig corral. And that's exactly what it is. And the two bigger ones are discussing, hey, look at the little one. He's barely walking. Anyway, I'm sure that little one will get used to walking and doing what he needs to. Beautiful picture. Next, and there's this guy. Apparently he's one of those modern pigs. He's got that cell phone bud right in his ear. At least that's what we're gonna say it is. You want to cuddle those, yeah. Tetra, some of them are, you know, you just do. They are really nice little guys, and I bet you they enjoy being cuddled. Look for bugs, yeah. He's inspecting the grass blades. That's one of the occupations they have apparently. So pretty good. Next little guy is this one, and he looks like he's got racing stripes. He's also in that pig corral, and definitely worthy of zooming around. His ears aren't as big as the other ones, but that is not bad. I don't mind that. That's a nice looking little pig. It definitely doesn't look like he's starving or anything. Yeah. Yeah, striped piggy. And anyway, yeah, deer. That's almost what they do look like, isn't it? That same thing as what a young deer would have. Camouflage, basically hide them in the woods, right? And they could lay there, and you'd walk by in the forest, and sun shining through. You'd never see the little guys. It's the new piggy style. Yep. All right. Next bacon seed. This one too has racing stripes. His ears are just a tiny bit bigger, but I don't know. I like the other coat better, I think. This one is cute, but I think I like that the lighter color on them. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, one more bacon seed, and this is our last one for today. And of course, this one is got to be the cutest, right? So let's see if it's the cutest. And it is too. It is too. And look at this little guy. He's just barely able to walk. Holy mackerel. And that is, yeah. That is absolutely awesome. And we really do like those little piggies. They are a very, very little guy. And I'm sure he'll grow up to be an hour old. Wow. That is a very young animal. And I hope he has a wonderful life. So, anyway, looking at all those wonderful little piglets and bacon seeds, as we call them, we really do enjoy that. Thank you, Piggy, for sending those in. And for all those others that are out there, please make sure that you don't make a pig out of yourself when you're having your pie. And on that friendly note, let's get back to some volcanoes, and we'll see what we've got. So there we go. All right, let's go over to Japan. And we will take a look there just as the sun starts to rise. If I can find it and locate it here. It's all dark. That's not the one. There it is. That's the one I'm looking for. Sakurajima. And there it is. It's off-gassing. Throwing out the material, I do believe, and that is in a northerly direction today, and that's what we're seeing on this camera. If we back up about an hour or so, just to see what it was doing, a little bit foggier, but still visible, and going back about, just looking here, 2.5 hours in total. What I'm looking for is glow coming out of the crater. I'm not seeing anything there. If we go back to about 5 hours ago, and again, still not seeing anything within that crater, and that's from 1:14 a.m. their time. So I don't think we're going to see anything really lighting up too much. We do have moonlight coming up and hitting some of that, so not sure. I don't think it's being lit up from underneath at all, from the magma, and very you can see basically the further back in time we go, the activity was less and less. So if we put it back to live, that's what it looks like right now. Moving over to the other view. For those who want ice cream, the boats are in. You can see both stacks there. You guys can zip on down. Again, it's down this road. It curves. You can see it there, and then it turns. You got to make that left turn and go down to the harbor, and you'll see where the kiosk is there. You should have no problem finding it. It's got a huge sign above it that says ice cream, and it's got multiple languages. So easy to find, you guys. All right, let's take a look at the other close-up view of the crater. That's what it looks like right now, and that is not bad looking. If we go back in time, we didn't see anything. Actually, if we go back too far, we won't see a darn thing, but about an hour and 35 minutes ago, roughly, that's what it was looking like, as it was still fairly dark there, and we didn't see anything glowing as per se. And there we go. That's about an hour ago, and nothing glowing in there either. We'll put that back to live so we can see what it looks like right now. And that's what we've got. So that is 6:18 a.m. there right now, and beautiful off-gassing coming out of that guy, and of course that flow going to what I suspect being the north over there. Ice cream boats are still there. You can still run down and get some while it's hot. I'm just going to check and see if Ta'al is working, and it wasn't earlier, so yep, it is up now. So we can have a look at Ta'al volcano, and there. Hey Lucas, if you're going down, get me one too. Just have them put it on my account, and I'm just gonna do I want the cherry volcano one. Okay, that would be really cool. Thanks. Anyway, there is Ta'al volcano, and it is not looking very tall, but we do see a little bit of a plume there. It's hard to tell with all the morning off-gassing or fog that's being developed, and it makes it difficult to see what is really from the crater and what's actually coming off of the lake. And they get that every morning because the lake is a warmer temperature, so it's going to create its own fog every morning. And that's what we're looking at. I can't change it too much, unfortunately. And I'm trying to see if we can even go back at any point here, see if it looked any different. This is a little bit earlier. That is what, 10-15 minutes ago. So it's literally just starting out their day there as far as daylight is concerned. And that is what we're seeing, or what we were seeing. Hello, come back to life. Yeah. There. Okay, it's back almost live. There, that's back to live. And yep, fog is setting in. So we got to look at it just before the fog, and that is pretty awesome. And let's move on. So that's in the Philippines, Ta'al volcano. And let's pop over to Yellowstone National Park, and that is in Wyoming, and beautiful. Lots of people there today, and hope they are all enjoying themselves for a wonderful Saturday. Hello, Trevor. Glad to have you on board. It's a short, yes. Tetra, you're right. It is short in comparison to other volcanoes. It's even shorter than Ragnar. Ragnar is actually taller than Ta'al volcano. So that is pretty interesting, isn't it? You didn't know that. Ragnar's just about 1,100 feet, and Ta'al is just under 1,100 feet. So Ragnar wins just by a little bit, a couple of inches. Anyway, Yellowstone looking pretty awesome. Not sure when our next eruption is going to happen there as far as the Old Faithful, but I'm sure it will in time, and we'll see what goes from that. What else we got for stuff? I'm trying to think of what else we got. I don't know what else we got. Let's have a look at Hawaii, and we'll see what we can come up with there, and we will have a quick peek. There we go. All right, Hawaii, and of course that is on the big island of Hawaii. The volcano is Kilauea, and there you can see the lava pond that is within the crater, or the caldera, if you want to call it that. The caldera that's within the caldera within the caldera. Should be 3 there, or is it 4? Anyway, it's the pond inside the caldera. We do see the nice ring over here. That's what we were calling the toe, and apparently the toe was now being fed by a lava tube since we had some breakage here, and it collapsed otherwise. So it's kind of neat to see that. Anyway, this was from 1:30 this morning, Hawaii time. I'm gonna redo this and actually get what it looks like right now, and surprisingly it's full, you guys. That is pretty cool, and I'm very happy to see the lava levels are up, and I think DrFox2000 has not been out there with my lava truck, so it filled back up, and that is pretty good. Down on the bottom right hand side, this smoke coming out here, that's actually a broken kind of a vent here in the lava tube that comes and feeds it, and everything kind of flows in here, and you can see it's kind of bent in 2 different directions, so that is where that flow has come in, and it looks like it has overflown right in here. You can see the new puddle. Some of those cracks that were there have been filled in now, which is really kind of neat. So definitely a lot deeper portion here that is filled in and flown over. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens if this thing will continue on as a little lake that is being fed by a tube, or what the future will bring. Maybe that will cool off. Remember, I was suspecting it was going to break here somewhere along these cracks, and just completely flip over and drop, but you never know. If it overflows a few more times and adds a few more layers here, that may re-solidify it, and this ain't going to go anywhere. So you also have to remember this is also about 3 or 4 meters thick. It's not just a little thin crust. So when we're saying 3 or 4 meters, anywhere from 12, 15, 16 feet thick of lava. So cooled down lava, that is. It's quite interesting. Anyway, looking at that, that's what we've got on that shot today. Let's move to the next one. This one, of course, 1:30 a.m. You can see the primary vent there. The little divider hornito is there, which allows the lava to flow into the pond area here. And again, you can see that little toe area back there, kind of neat. Let's refresh it, look at it during the day, and definitely filled up the pond, and you can see the toe there. Of course, the smoke over top of the primary vent, and then you can see a little bit of smoke right there coming off. That's where that little fracture is, and then this is the spot where the other hornito is built up there, and that lava tube feeding in. This picture is good because you can see the outline of the raised up area fairly well, and that area has lifted up, and you can see there's quite a curve to this as it moves out to the caldera wall, and it's really evident here as well. It goes down fairly well. So this whole platform, it's turned into a platform. It has lifted up in the center, and that is very unique. Don't typically see that, but that can be, and as I mentioned before, it can be anywhere from 3 to 4 meters thick, if not thicker, in lava that had already previously cooled down. And that lava is now floating on top because it's cooler, it's less dense, and the buoyancy increases, and it's actually floating on top of the hot lava underneath it. So that's kind of what's going on there. You do see this little element right here. That is what was referred to as Pig Island, and that was there a long time. It too was one of those pieces that was floating around, moving back and forth, and now you've got a whole bunch of it instead of just one little chunk. That little chunk wasn't that small either, so that is quite a big area of floating lava. So pretty cool. All right, let's have a look at the other one. I don't think this one is working yet. I'm gonna try anyway. Oh, hey, it does work. Yay! They fixed it, and I am happy. All right, here's Pig Island. You can see it right there. That is pretty awesome. And here's our lava pond. Unfortunately, it's quite smoky and very hard to tell. There is our toe area right there, and the overflown lava. And I'm glad they got this camera fixed. A lot nicer to have an extra view from the other angle. Primary vent over here, and of course that little hornito, and you can see that little bit of smoke right in there coming out. That is where that lava tube is going in and feeding the pond. So that is pretty cool. Break time. Okay, just about done. There is from 1:38 a.m. The thermal, and you can see the primary vent, little hornito there, and going out into our lava pond. You notice we've got a little bit of lighter lava around the edges, which is not that bad. I'm going to just refresh this. More fresher lava on the outsides, and as I said, it does look or appears to have lifted up a little bit, so that is not a surprise to see a more fresh hot lava. All right, I am going to leave it on there for now. It is break time, you guys, and I am going to go for a break, so I'm gonna get that's not what I wanted to hit, darn it. Let's see if I can get back to that. And okay, and that's what I wanted to show. Oh, it backed it right out. Okay, well, we can put it there. It's not going to hurt anything. For those good people who have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting the like button if you are enjoying the show. Also, for those who have not yet subscribed, and you want to join in the chat, you definitely have to be a subscriber. It takes 5 minutes before you can chat in the chat if you hit that subscribe button. We had to turn on that subscriber only mode because of the spam that we were getting. So on that friendly note though, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I am going to take a 5-minute break, and I will be back after that, and we'll keep going for another wonderful half hour of more good stuff. We'll see what happens. And don't go away. Keep smiling. Play nice. Don't try to catch the lava. It's hot. I'll be back. All right, there we go. I am back. So welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board today. And thank you for being here. Of course, looking at what we've got on the screen, we are showing canned lava from Cumbre Vieja volcano in La Palma in the Canary Islands. And that was from September 26th of last year. And of course, some people wonder, why do we show old lava footage like this, or old eruption footage? And it's because we don't have anything right now that is currently erupting that has anything anywhere near this kind of an output. Okay, so that is why we like watching it. The Savage Cumbre Vieja, and yep. Cumbre Vieja was hard and fast, quick moving. By the way, I think it was back then that I had circled out there, and you've seen those little splatters, little explosion looking like spots, and that is the tephra impacting on other rock and stuff like that, and as it hits, it blows up because it is still in a liquid form, and it is coming down from fairly high altitudes there, and velocity. So pretty cool. I like it. And yep, Gura's birthday just, I guess it would be over now, isn't it, Gura? So now that you're older officially, how do you feel? You're almost over the hill. Once you get to 27, that's it. It's all done. Life is downhill after that. I'm kidding. You've got many years to go yet, and it's all uphill, trust me. It's always an uphill battle. Anyway, key lime pie. Kathy, don't make me hungry. Okay, send it in the email. I'll be happy to take it. Okay, I'm gonna stop that volcano since I have that power. I'm gonna have a quick peek over at Japan and see if our ice cream boats are still there. Yeah, we do have one there, so if you need to run down, you can, and we can definitely see the boat. It's still sitting in there. So, yep, ice cream. I know it's a little early in Japan, 6:40 a.m., but the ice cream bar is open because they do serve an international clientele there. So people from all different times. So my clock strikes 0000 soon. Oh, okay. So in another 17 minutes or something like that, or 18 minutes. Okay, ice cream cake. Ice cream cake. I want ice cream cake. Sometimes those are good. Sometimes they're not so good. I've had some very good ice cream cakes. I've also had some very poor ones. Anyway, that is, of course, Sakurajima in Japan, and that is kind of nice to look at that. We did go through the stuff in Hawaii, and of course we wanted to go have a look at what the earthquakes in Hawaii look like right there, and we're going to have a quick look. First off, I'm just going to check the map real quick. I don't see any big red spots anywhere other than right here on the coast, not very big either. 2.1 in California. And we're going to leave that be. We're going to zoom in here, and of course Hawaiian Islands, and we will zoom in a little bit more and see what we've got. Remember, we had that swarm up top here on Mauna Loa. That was interesting to observe. That one over here on Kilauea is still showing up. We don't see anything on Mauna Kea. So let's start down here in our Pahala area, and we are going to actually just work our way from left to right, and we'll see what we've got. This is today's at 29 minutes after midnight, and that was a 1.9. This is from yesterday at 2202, 2.0. That guy 2.4 from today at 5:19 this morning. And we have this guy from 1:37 a.m. 2.2. This guy is from today at 2:18, also a 2.2. Looking at this one, 2.0 from 8:55 a.m. And now I'll slip down here to the one that's in the water, 2.6, a little bit bigger, 7:54 a.m. today. And this guy here, 2.1, 10 a.m. And this guy right there is a 2.7 from yesterday, 2013. This guy 1.8 from 6:02 this morning. We have this one 2.1, and that was from 9:05 a.m. And this guy is from 10:45 a.m. 2.2, and another 2.4 here from 4:39 a.m. And then we've got this 1.8. That's actually from yesterday at 19:28. So that's the Pahala area, and we see those. We don't see anything else along the coast. We do see that one. We're going to get back into that in a minute. And this is up here on Mauna Loa. Some of these may be from yesterday as well. This is brand new though. I forgot to mention these ones down here, all between roughly somewhere around, I'd say, 29 kilometers to about 35 kilometers down on average. There's the occasional one that shows up as a different value. So most of them are in that range though, and it doesn't matter which ones we really look at. The average is somewhere in that ballpark. Let's have a look at these guys here at this little cluster, and we're going to see what they are doing. So this is a 1.7, 8:20 this morning, so it is fresh, 5 kilometers down. This guy is 1.6, 3.7 kilometers down from 8:32. 8:17 for this one, 1.4, and 3.7 kilometers down. This is also today 9:09 a.m., 4.3 kilometers down. This is today 14:26, 3.3 kilometers down. This 1.7 is from 7:34 a.m., 4.2 kilometers down. And then we have this guy here, 4 kilometers down for this 1.5 from 1350. And we keep going. This is 9:04 a.m. And it is an M2.2, 3.7 kilometers down. And then we have this guy here, 2.4, 3.7 kilometers down as well, 7:54 a.m. today. Did I get this guy? 1.6, 8:32 a.m., 3.7 kilometers down. So something happening, 3.7 kilometers down, you guys, roughly. And this is 4.2, 8:34 a.m. as well. So right in that ballpark. That is that swarm. We do see other ones here. Let's have a quick peek. 5.6 clicks down, 1305. And oh, sorry, I missed the magnitude. 1.3, and this is a 1.0, 4.5 kilometers down, 1136, and this is 0.8 magnitude 0.8, 12:53 a.m. Or p.m. and that is from 4.6 kilometers down. This guy 1310, 4.5 kilometers down, 1.1. So that kind of covers most of those. The only one that's really left out would be this guy, 4.3 kilometers down for this 1.6 from 239. So that's what we see there, and makes you wonder what's going on up there in that little spot. Definitely something wrong with the plumbing, and we'll see what happens in the future. Dr. Fox, this is Mauna Loa. That's what I said. This is Mauna Loa. This is Mauna Kea. This is Mauna Loa. Okay. I hope that is what you heard, and hopefully that you got it. So Mauna Loa, right there. Mauna Kea, right there. Observatories, right there. On Mauna Kea. Okay, cool. And all right, sliding down though, let's go over to Kilauea, and that is what we're seeing here. And we do still see this guy. This is probably yesterday's, and it is. And we did see that one, 2.4, and that was right in the viewing area where two pineapples used to be, right in that area. Actually, I think they might have been up just a little bit more here. But it's close. It's close in that area anyway, and hopefully everything is good. So we don't see anything else new there, and that is all right. We'll get rid of that guy and not worry about him. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. That's what we see, and hopefully I did call it Mauna Loa rather than Mauna Kea. But that is the difference between them. Anyway, let's keep going. Kermadec Ridge, I see a bigger one here, 5.4, and that is from today, 1:39 is the time on it, 10 kilometers down, and hopefully it'll be okay. We do see a 4.7 here in Tonga, and that is from 5:13 a.m. That is really far down, 239 kilometers. What was this guy? They showed that one only at 10. In other words, they don't know where it is. But that one is 236.9 kilometers down. And this guy here, 4.4, 538 kilometers down, happened 11:39 today. And going over, we see a couple of larger ones over here. 5.0 Papua New Guinea, showing 10 kilometers down at 3:46 a.m. And he had a little buddy there beside him, 4.9 from 7:54, also 10 kilometers down. And then we move over a little bit further, and that would be considered Indonesia over there, 5.0. And that is actually, that is not Indonesia. That's still on Papua New Guinea. Indonesia doesn't start at all over here. I don't know why they would write it that way. Seriously, if you're here, you're seeing Papua New Guinea 19 kilometers from that place. Why wouldn't you turn around and just add whatever it is and say where it is rather than say Indonesia? That doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, never mind. 5.0, 61.5 kilometers down. Just one of those things, you guys. It makes a guy wonder. A little bit of a swarm off the coast of Java, and I'm not sure what to make of it, but we do have several earthquakes there. Not very large. This one, 4.9, 49.8 clicks down, and 9:44 a.m. Then we have 4.6, 50 kilometers down, 8:35. Then we have this one at yesterday from 16:50, and that was 48 kilometers down, 4.9. This guy 4.7, 57 kilometers down, 8:07 a.m. And then it's 4.6 from 1440, 61 kilometers down, and this one just about 53 kilometers down from yesterday at 20:53. And so we do have those in there. Um, owns the western isle of Papua New Guinea. Okay. It would just be a lot easier if they would have just said that. Anyway, near Krakatoa, that's what we've got there. 4.5 and 10 kilometers down, and that's what we see there. We did have that swarm, nothing new in that swarm up here, and that is kind of interesting that we aren't seeing more there. Looking at this 4.9 in the Philippines, and I'm sure Indonesia will claim it. 55.8 kilometers down. And how about these other Indonesian islands out here on the Guam? I'm kidding. I'm being a nasty guy here. Okay, we do see this little swarm here, 5.8 Mariana Trench area, and that one 10 kilometers down. Yeah, they're all saying 10 kilometers down. that one was yesterday, 1736. This one is 1743. This guy from today at 6:43, and this guy here is 4.8 4:03 a.m. 10 kilometers down. And then this one here, yesterday, 1822. So you've got a little bit of a stack there of earthquakes, and really does make you wonder. It is a subduction area, so that's what's happening there. Looking up at Japan, and that'll be a 4.7, and that happened yesterday at 1912. 31.6 kilometers down, so that's all right. And we're moving along. We've got a 4.3 here, 84.8 kilometers down, 21.28 yesterday, and then today at 3:26 a.m. at 97 kilometers down, a 4.4, and those are always nice when they're sizable quakes. But I'm sure that didn't cause a heck of a lot of damage. Sliding over a little bit, I want to see what else we have. We do see one here in India, 4.5, and that is at 1852. And then we have another one right here, 4.0 in Germany. And is that at Yvonne's house? Yvonne's house is somewhere else. Hang on, let's look at a street map and see where that is. Near Stuttgart. And okay, yeah, interesting. Right there on the highway. I hope nobody blew up, but that's where that is. Pretty neat. 10 kilometers down, 5:47. And usually we don't see too many earthquakes happening in Germany, so I find that a little odd. But that is interesting nonetheless. And looking at the satellite view, that's what we've got. So pretty cool. And that is it for earthquakes, you guys. For that, we're going to take a look at the earthquakes. We already looked at the Azores. And so now we're going to have a quick peek here at the Canary Islands. I'm going to refresh that. M25 is a nightmare. I don't miss it. Oh, okay. The highway. All right. Anyway, looking at the Canary Islands. Looks not too bad. We do have one over here beside Tenerife, 1.9. From today at 1922 their time, or 1822 UTC. And zooming into La Palma, and of course there we go. Looking at it, we have 3 that happened today, and we have this 1.5, 1 kilometer down, and that looks like it's right underneath Cumbre Vieja's lava flows. So that could be a pressure crack. The next one near El Paso, I'm not sure what that one is doing. Surface quake. That's kind of interesting. Don't have a reason for it really. This other one here, also I don't have a reason for that one. That is 7 kilometers down, 1.3 from 1402 this afternoon their time. So that's it for today for those guys. And car park, a magic round. Oh, M25 is a car park, the magic roundabout. Okay, the magic roundabout. I guess I get you nowhere. Scroll up, Trev. I don't scroll up. I can't. I've got too much going on here for me to start playing. Scroll up in the stream is absolutely silly. So that doesn't happen. Okay, just so you're aware of it. If it's something that you want me to see, you can paste it in there again, and I will look at it. But I don't do that. I can't scroll up. It's going to be too much of a hassle. That's I got things to do, so we'll try to keep going with it. All right, we see those things there, and we do see a couple more earthquakes up here, and this is kind of something new happened today, 5:50 a.m. Canary time, or 3:50 UTC, 3.7, and that is what we got there. And we also see this guy here, that is a 3.5, and that's from 1:56 a.m. So we do have some earthquakes, and it seems to me they happen in this area on occasion, and I'm really kind of curious why. You know, what's going on there? Is there some kind of a rift underneath there that I'm not aware of, or something? Some kind of plates grinding. I'm going to have to dig into that a little bit more, and that would be pretty cool. I know there's a fissure of some sort coming right in here, and then it keeps going in the Strait of Gibraltar, but and over a little further there. So that might be connected with these. I'm going to have to look into it. All right, let's see what else we got. And okay, I have a worst section of okay, yeah, bad traffic. I don't want to talk about traffic. Anyway, let's get over and have a look at our SO2 map. Got to get to it real quick and refresh it again. I did refresh it earlier, but that was 2 hours ago. Somehow, some way, it decided that it doesn't want to show me SO2 anymore. That's weird. Okay, easily fixed and back in action. So that's what we're seeing here. You know, with all that heat and temperature, there's the off-gassing from what I was saying we were likely to get up north, and it looks like it is spreading out a little bit more. We've got other islands now involved that have heated up, and some of that permafrost is melted, and it's allowing some of the SO2 and methane and whatever other gases are trapped in the ice to come out. So that's kind of what we're seeing up in the northern portions of Canada. Most of the rest of Canada doesn't look too bad, pretty normal, same thing as the United States. Mexico looking so-so. We do know Mexico City, and of course our wonderful Popocatépetl make that wonderful red spot right there. And we do see these other plumes from other various volcanoes, as well as population in Guatemala, Nicaragua, Costa Rica down here, and also in Colombia, as well as Ecuador. As we keep going down, we can see that our pattern changes right about here at the end of Ecuador, where it starts to curl down and back in towards the shore. And we see what's going on here. Most of it is blowing back onto the mainland, if not right over top of South America and back into the Atlantic Ocean from the Pacific side here. So pretty awesome to see that. Just a note here, that's a microvolcano making that little plume, and it's not as bad as it could be, but it is there. Zooming in on New Zealand, White Isle volcano, still off-gassing pretty heavy duty. Tofua out here in Tonga, and that is what we see right there. And this is, of course, a Yasur. I'm not going to bother looking at it. It's the same thing every day. So, and of course, everything else here in Vanuatu, New Caledonia, getting some of that SO2 from Yasur. And looking at down here, Melbourne, Australia, I didn't see Leo today, so he must be busy, but I bet you he's busy with his barbecue. Look at all that SO2. I'm kidding. I have no idea if that's coming from the oil refineries they have there or what the scoop is, but we do see it. And we also have here some coal mines and coking plants, and that is what's causing some of that. Sliding up here, and yep, there's the border. I guess that is Indonesian territory, and that's Papua New Guinea over there, right? Anyway, that's what we've got. So these volcanoes here throwing off not that much material, but it's still some SO2 being generated. And this little plume here coming from Ibu and Dukono, and that's what they are doing. Anyway, Luolatok, Semeru, Merapi, and Krakatoa, and then of course the city of Jakarta, very heavily populated. That's what's creating most of that stuff in on Java, Indonesia, and that's what we're seeing there. Bulusan, not quite as bad today, a little easier, but we do still have a lot of population SO2 happening there in Manila and that area. Going up, Taiwan doing its thing. We do see right here a little bit of an increase and a little darker area right in there. Suwanosi Jima would be in there, and then of course we have our Sakura Jima in here, but the rest is industrial or people pollution, and some of that might even be drifting out and around because of that circulation here, so it may not just be from Japan. Going up, we see a little bit more pluming there. Kamchatka Peninsula, we do see that we have a lot of off-gassing from that area. And looking pretty normal, though, from what we see. Boy, it's going crazy here in South Africa. I don't know, it's just me, or does it look like it's actually getting bigger as far as SO2 is concerned? That's what it appears to be, but that is going, you know, right out into the ocean down here, so it really makes you wonder. Anyway, same thing as going for this area here. We've got coal mining slash coking plants, as well as the volcano here in the DR Congo, and Erta Ale would be in here somewhere. Off-gassing, but we do have a lot of pollution from Saudi Arabia and Yemen coming across there, so it makes it a little difficult to see what's going on. And sliding up to towards Europe here, we do see the boot of Italy, and down here is Sicily, and Yvonne is spending her last night there tonight. And of course, we do have there be a Stromboli there, a Volcano, and Etna. So most of this likely coming from Etna, and we see it curves all the way down and gets kind of thrown back up here. And without rain to wash it out of the air, it's going to be up there for a while. So that will end up just floating around the planet until it gets into an area where we get some rain to wash it out of the atmosphere. If it's low enough, if it's up too high, it won't. Looking at Spain, not too bad. We see a little bit in the Portugal here in the bottom, and a little up top in Spain there. And then looking at what we've got here, it looks like some of this stuff is actually flowing out from the mainland out into the Canary Islands. La Palma is still looking to be the cleaner one out there, which is really nice. Sliding back up, France really clean. Portions of Germany not so good, but the northern half are really, really good. Ireland is looking excellent, and then we see Wales is not bad. England fair, and not bad up in Scotland. Germany top half looking good. Denmark is really clean. Looking at what we have in Norway, Sweden, and Finland, they are not too bad at all. And looking at Iceland, clean as a whistle, and I'm not going to worry about that. So that is your SO2 for today, and that is really not that bad. Nothing new, no major plumes, and everybody is behaving themselves. Looks like we have a second storm, a 95E. You have Bonnie and a 95E right there. And I was wondering why we're still seeing so many clouds in Mexico. And now that makes sense. And let's see what we've got here. Temperature wise, up in the north, and remember what I was saying, we're seeing some of that go into the other islands. And here's why. You see the temperatures have gone up. You got 25, 26 degrees in some of these other islands up top here. This is absolutely ridiculous. 30 degrees. I bet you that's record breaking for them up there. We've never had temperatures like that in the north. And that is just incredible to see 30 degree plus temperatures up in these islands. And yes, most of them are actually permafrost, or they were. I don't know about right now. I think you may end up having some quicksand situations up there as well. Be very careful if you're ever heading up there and looking at stuff in the summertime, especially if you feel that ground getting a little bit soggy. Make sure you walk with a big stick, and always poke the ground. Alaska looking pretty warm as well still, which is pretty wild. Looks like a little bit cooler in the Yukon, but Northwest Territories, and none of it, wow, none of it is just about as hot as Texas, and that is scary. Really. And you know, like, we're past the Arctic Circle here, you guys, so this is well into the Arctic, and for you know, seeing 30 degree temperatures up there, you're not going to have much snow left up there, or much ice. Looking at the rest of Canada, not too bad in the prairie provinces, getting a little warmer down south where I would like to be, but we also see northern Ontario has heated up. We do have a high sitting there on the Great Lakes, and some rapid circulation going around everything, and swinging back down. So going to be stormy, I think, in some of those places. The weather patterns here, as you see that flow coming down into Texas, and you have to wonder, Texas is very, very hot. We've got 41, 42 degrees, and some locations that is incredibly hot. 43 degrees in Arizona, 44 degrees in Arizona. Really hot there. Cape Canaveral, 31 degrees. Yep, that sounds about right. For your birthday, wow, that's the other way around. We're supposed to give you stuff for your birthday. Gura, thank you kindly for that 55 kroners, and that is awesome. Swedish kroners, 55. Thank you kindly, Gura, and I'm glad that you enjoyed your birthday, and I'm glad you told us that it was there, and we don't mind celebrating, one of our good people in here to, celebrate as a family, right? And I'm glad you mentioned it, and glad we did what we did. Anyhow, looking at these very, very hot temperatures, this is absolutely crazy. 44 degrees in Phoenix, and I bet you it's. Somebody want to bring up the weather for Death Valley? I'm wondering if it's 48 or something there. It should be hotter than Phoenix. Phoenix is only 44. And last night I was looking at some of the temperatures in the Sahara, and I found 47 degrees Celsius, and I thought, holy mackerel. 44 degrees Celsius. That is about 110 Fahrenheit, if not a little bit more. There we go, Death Valley, 113 for 45 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I'm about 110, 111 for 44 degrees. So that is pretty much what it is. Yeah, that's already been done on Mars. Sue already brought it up. That's okay though. Yeah, very hot, very, very hot, and make sure you buy him an ice cream if you're out there. Yeah, a little bit easier in the eastern portions of the U.S., but down here, south central, and going all the way up to, I guess, North Dakota really is pretty hot in those spots. Anyway, we'll keep going here. Central and South America, it actually cools off in Central America a little bit, and back down to 31, 32, 34 degrees Celsius in comparison to the 44. And I'm just curious. This is nighttime temperatures over here. 42. Yeah. Just imagine 42 degrees, 43 degrees. Those are nighttime temperatures for them. That's crazy over in the Sahara. Looking at what we have, the heat has actually moved down back all the way to Buenos Aires. And I bet you those people are very happy about that. A little bit more warm weather. And sliding down, we see we've got some really cold temperatures down here in comparison. And -2, -3 along the Chilean coast, and over into the bottom end of Argentina as well. So, yeah, tiny map. What? WPW, I don't know what that's for, but that's all right. Well, I'll leave that. I'm going to zoom back out. Go over to New Zealand, have a quick look. Northern Island looking not bad. Not the coldest, but it's got some real warm air up at the top here. And looking a little bit on the cool side when you get to the South Island. And we are seeing some minus temperatures there. So freezing in southern New Zealand, and I'm not going to visit there. Uh, Not in my summertime, anyway. Looking at what we see here in Tasmania, it's kind of the same weather almost as the southern island of New Zealand. Very cold or cool. And we slide up into Melbourne and look at it's about 5 or 7 degrees in Melbourne, and about the same thing in Adelaide. Sydney is a little bit warmer from the looks of things, but still very cold in that whole area. And we have 7 degrees Celsius, and Brisbane, Burr, the guys are cold. Warmer spot, Perth. Perth is a little warmer, and we are seeing that cold has inundated pretty much the entire outback. So that is what we're seeing. Going into Indonesia, that is pretty normal looking and nothing strange. We do know Bangkok is 26, it says right now. And oh, Sue's bringing that up. And we're going to see if it's 81 or 85%. Yeah, 85% relative humidity. There we go. 26 degrees Celsius. So, yeah, pretty cool. Or warm. Sweaty, something like that. Japan looks like a little bit nicer temperature for them today, but they've got some storms hanging around, so they're not going to be happy. We also have Kamchatka Peninsula here, a lot warmer than it normally is, and I bet you some of that snow that they've got there is just melting like crazy, and they've got floods going on. Dumping piles and piles of fresh water into the ocean up here. So anyway, carrying on, India and Pakistan, and of course we have Iran, Iraq, and those countries all looking pretty hot yet. Saudi Arabia looking 35, 36 degrees. These are nighttime temperatures, you guys. That is awful hot for nighttime. And then, of course, we kind of peaked here at the western portions of the Sahara, and that is somewhere anywhere from about 43 degrees Celsius, I guess 35, 36 to 43 in that dark red area, but still very hot. And the other places, looking at Spain, some of that heat is getting transferred up into Spain as well. 30 degrees in some spots. Nighttime temperatures again is what we're looking at here, so that's pretty warm. Italy has cooled off a little bit since that flow is pushing down from the north, and that's what's cooling things off. Same thing goes for where Piggy is out here at Kos. A little bit easier, 22, 23 today, so not that bad. And we are going to slide back up here and look at France, looking at not bad, still a little bit on the warm side for nighttime, but not bad. And Germany looking pretty darn good, a little warmer in the southern portions, but not bad at all. Holland, same thing, doing fairly well, as well as Belgium in here. And then looking at England and Wales and Ireland, and they're all about the same. Little warmer in some spots here in Ireland, and that is they're getting some of that Gulf air blowing in there, so it's really good to see that. Keeps it nice and warm. And there's Gura's a wonderful country, and we are seeing where it's a little warmer in the southern end of Sweden, but pretty cool up on the top. Nothing too unusual. Same thing goes for Norway, but that's cool all the way down to the bottom, and that's because it's quite mountainous there. And a lot of those higher areas are colder. And then you've got Finland, Finland, not too bad. It's doing its thing. And having a quick peek over here at Iceland, and Iceland warmed up a whole bunch. We see up in the northern parts 13, 14 degrees, where yesterday it was somewhere almost freezing mark, that kind of thing. So a lot warmer today. The peninsula here is warmer by a few degrees. It was about 8 or 9 yesterday, and right now it's showing 11 and 12. So that is good weather to grow a volcano, isn't it? I think it is perfect, and that is pretty good. Okay, we're not there yet, Mars, so that's a little bit early. We got to do storms first, and I'm going to go take a look at precipitation around the world, and we will start out with here, North America. We can see what's going on up in the northern portions of Greenland. It's snowing. Not so much ice rain anymore, but we do have ice rain here, as well as above Russia's peninsula here, and still a lot of storm activity. And I'm glad that we're getting some rain up there, but that'll make those mosquitoes even bigger than they are. And yes, they have huge mosquitoes up here in the north, as long as you're within the tree line. Once you get out onto the flat tundra, the mosquitoes seem to disappear, usually because it's too cold. Anyway, we see up here in the Yukon slash Northwest Territories, and then BC Alberta corner here, see that storm, and then also the one that's from Manitoba all the way into Northwest Territories. None of it not looking too bad, and I guess they want none of that storm. Get it? None of it. They want none of it. Okay, never mind. Bad joke. Canadian joke, eh? All right. Off the coast, we see the western portions all the way from, I guess, Vancouver Island's halfway point, if not a little bit further north, all the way up into Alaska. They've got a little bit of a storm. Not looking too bad here. Looks like a little bit in Idaho and Montana, and looking eastern Phoenix, and looking at New Mexico. They've got some isolated storms there. Same thing goes for Texas, as well as going over a little bit more. We've got what is it? Memphis, Tennessee. No, so that's Nashville, Tennessee. And Memphis. Where's Memphis? What state is Memphis in? Is that Tennessee as well? I can't remember. Darn it. Anyway, we do see this down here in Georgia and Florida. They are getting nailed in Alabama as well. Going up a little bit in South Carolina and North Carolina. And definitely here up the coast a bit more. So definitely storms. Hey, good night, Tom, if you're heading out, and take care. And looking up at this area, and we're looking at Newfoundland. They're getting nailed as well. And we see this whole system or string all the way up to Iceland. And hopefully they won't get too much. Hopefully there's a lot of warm air coming along with it, and that'll make it a little bit easier for them. Pepper said to have a good night all. Thank you, mods and Dr. Fox. Good night, Tom, and good night, Pepper, and have a wonderful evening there. Looking at what we've got in Central America, we do see from Mexico City on down some storms, all kinds of variable storms. And then looking at the northern portions of Brazil and into Colombia, Venezuela, and French Guiana. Those areas are getting nailed, as well as some into Peru. Looking a little further south, there's that storm that was off the coast here of Chile, making it Chile, and that's what we're seeing there. Sliding over towards New Zealand, and here we see the northern portions of New Zealand. There's that low storm sitting there, making everything cold. It's not grabbing enough of that warm air and bringing it down. It's probably because this guy's going the wrong way here. And looking, we do see that high pressure keeping it very cold in Tasmania and the southern portions of Australia. Looks like Sydney is getting hit with some rain, and not anything too serious, so from the looks of things. And Brisbane right here, doesn't look like it's raining or storming there yet. We do see the other storms coming up and in, heading towards Papua New Guinea, and of course this area in general, whether it is Indonesia or the Philippines or Malaysia, that kind of thing, it's always stormy in here. So you get all kinds of stuff all the way into India, and that is kind of what we're seeing there. Japan, looking at it real quick, we do see a storm in the middle here, and the storm off the coast. That stuff that we had sitting up here for South Korea, it looks like that went this way onto China. We do have this other storm sitting up here, creating some issues for them as well. Not going to worry about that guy up in the Alaskan area. And let's zoom into what we see here in Europe. And I'm not seeing any weather for this area whatsoever, and that is Italy and Sicily. We don't see it. But Piggy, if you're still here and paying attention, you have some weather coming, and it's going to be either well, tomorrow maybe. You're heading to Turkey. I hope you're heading to someplace dry. And make sure you have plans just in case the weather gets too bad. I don't know how quick that system is going to move, but that's a downpour system, so pretty cool. And hopefully that is not going to hinder your trip over to Turkey. Going up into Europe a little bit, looks pretty clear in Portugal and Spain and France. Looking at most of Germany is not bad. We do have some rain down in the south there. Looks like possibly Switzerland or Austria, someplace getting some of that. And then we've got some storms in Poland. Not seeing anything in England or Wales or Scotland. Very little at the tip here. And Ireland, of course, right here, they've got that high sitting there. But that is looking pretty dry right now. Moving up, looking at the coastal areas here of Norway. Definitely some pretty cold stuff blowing in here, and that is going to create some rain. And same thing with this low sitting in between everything here, drawing in a bunch of the wonderful air and creating rain. So yeah, Finland too, it's not spared. And sliding into Iceland, we'll see what's coming up there, and we see some of that. Even though it's a little warmer, it is getting nailed with some rain, and that warm temperature, of course, brings that along with it. So that's what we get. Looking at some of the areas, it's not too bad though. it's not like major rainstorms. Okay, it's just rain, so that's not bad. And we do see that that's a pretty awesome storm track all the way across the Atlantic there, going way up. Anyway, there's my equatorial storm that I always talk about, and yes, it seems to span pretty much the entire globe. The only place where it really gets busted up here is in the Indian Ocean. Really is where we get it broken up. It just seems to go up and down a little bit along the land itself. So that's where that is at, and now it's temperature time. So we will take a quick look and see what we've got for a cold temp way down, and minus 77 I see already just by looking, and so I found minus 77 Celsius. That Suez said minus 76, and yeah, I just had minus 77 right there, so definitely didn't even zoom in and there it is. And I know the weather map changes, and it depends on where you look, and we'll see if we can find anything colder. 77 is the coldest. Oh, minus 78. Brr. There we go. That's it. A minus 78. And that is plenty cold for me. So I don't know. I don't want to be there. Do we have cold over here too? 67, 66, and 65, 69, 70. And I guess it depends on where you're looking, and there is some really cold areas. But then again, when I say cold areas, it is really irrelevant whether we have a minus 70 or 68 or minus 77 or minus 49. You will not be able to tell the difference. And I can assure you, you will not be able to, other than unless you've been in that type of temperature before and know what it feels like. And like I said, at minus 40 degrees Celsius, if you have just a little bit of wind, your skin will freeze in under 5 minutes if it's exposed. If it's below a minus 50 degrees Celsius, you will find that your skin will freeze within 2 minutes or less. And if it is below 60 degrees Celsius, it's frozen within a minute or less. The temperatures, once you get down to minus 70 degrees Celsius and colder, if you are not wearing any type of eye protection or goggles over top of your eyeballs, you could easily freeze your eyeballs in an open position if you have watery eyes. Okay, and that is the way it is. We don't make that up. That's the way nature does things. So that is pretty awesome. Anyhow, that's it for today, you guys. I don't want to end up with a mean thought like that, but I'm hoping that people aren't going to be stuck out there in a very cold climate. And if you are ever going to the South Pole, though, please let me know, because I'd like to send you over to some warmer place there, and that is Mount Erebus. So we would love to see that happening. Okay. I know I turned it off. Yeah, there it goes. All right, I shut it off, you guys. Anyway, we're going to shut it down. So thank you, everyone, for being here. And we had 3 super chatters today. Grandma B for the $2, and Kevin Haynes for $5, and Gura for the 55 Swedish kroners. and that's like $2 as well, roughly in U.S. money. So awesome! Thank you for the super chats, you guys. Really, I do appreciate that support. That is wonderful. Also, a big thank you to all the members who also here in green, the membership, and do appreciate you supporting the stream, and that is absolutely awesome. And also a big thank you to all of you, the Lava family. It's all of you that makes this stream. So I keep that in mind. And if you are sending material in, I know sometimes some people get a little bit torqued because I won't show their picture or their video, and unfortunately, there may be something with the copyright issues and that kind of stuff. So I do have to take those bits of caution as well, and hopefully you guys understand that we don't need to get strikes and get the channel shut down. So that's exactly what we want. But for the most part, you guys sending stuff in to me, that is wonderful and great. I really do appreciate it. I try to look at as much of it as I can. Sometimes I'm bombarded with way too much, but we do like that. So, and that is great. Anyway, thanks again to the super chatters. Also, big thank you to Arizona Snowman, Piggy, Lucas Snow, and C&D Boy, and Joseph Fields Official, and also Gary 24/7 live AZ Skies. Thanks all the mods for being here, and that is awesome. And on that friendly note, time to wrap up and say good night. So please, everyone, take care of yourselves. Tomorrow we'll be on again, same time, and tomorrow is Sunday, so same early stream. For those wonderful people in Europe, it's a little easier. And you take care of yourselves, everyone. Be good, stay safe, and please make sure that you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Take care, everyone, and have yourselves a good evening. Oink, oink.